begin this ceremony by gathering together all of the wishes of happiness for David and Denise from all of us present here. If we could gather together those precious wishes of affection and our fondest hopes, and if we could turn them into music, we would be listening now to a most inspiring symphony composed of the most harmonious notes of the scale. Even though this is not possible, just speaking of it should assure David and Denise that our hearts are in tune with theirs in these moments so meaningful to all of us. For what greater thing is there for two human souls than to feel they are joined together, to strengthen each other in all labor, to minister to each other in all sorrow, and to share with each other in all gladness. I'm sure that you both know that marriage is an act of faith and a personal commitment, as well as a moral and physical union. Marriage has been described as the best and most important relationship that can exist between a man and a woman. It is the construction of their love and trust into a single growing energy of spiritual life. And it is a moral commitment that requires and deserves daily attention, since no earthly happiness exceeds that of a reciprocal satisfaction in the marriage state. Marriage should be a lifelong dedication to the ideal of loving kindness, backed with the will to make it last. Gotta take a little break here. We read from 1 Corinthians that love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. Love is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrong, but rejoices in the right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. So faith, hope, and love abide, but the greatest of these is love. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, David and Denise have some special words that they'd like to say to each other. And today, as a very, very special thing, they're going to share those words with all of you. So David, you're going to be first. I'm going to... You want to go first?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember, ladies and gentlemen. Denise told me some time back that she had to go first because David would probably cry. Just a second here. I got to get myself together. I want to let everybody hear you.
Okay, hold on. I need to read it.
You can read it, Denise. It's okay.
Okay. Many people say we are complete opposites, but in my eyes, we are a perfect match. I love the way you hold me and look into my eyes. I always feel so comforted and protected with you. Your sense of humor is what I love the most about you. You always make me laugh no matter what the situation. I'm not only marrying my soulmate, but I'm marrying my best friend. We absolutely complete each other, and I love you with all my heart.
Very nice, Denise. David, you're up.
I love you too, babe.
That's all? David, come on now. He asked me yesterday, or at the rehearsal, he he said, Reverend John, do you have any ideas of what I could say? And I'm sure that those few words were not what I said to him. But it's all right, David. We know David. He's always got that humor going, you know. All right, guys. David, this is the time in the ceremony where I always ask the groom to take a nice, deep breath. You have to let it out too, Dave. I just want to share with you that this is the part of the ceremony we like to refer to as commitment time. It's the vows. And so, over the years, at this time in the ceremony, I've had 3 gentlemen faint. I just want to make sure that you're not going to be number 4. I told you I'd handle the humor, Dave. But you're okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. David, will you take Denise to be your wedded wife, to love, to respect, to continually bestow on her your heart's deepest devotion? And Denise, will you take David to be your wedded husband, to love, to respect, to continually bestow upon him your heart's deepest devotion? I didn't hear you, Denise.
I said I will.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I'm going to ask you now to repeat some words after me. David, you're going to be first. I want you to look right into Denise's eyes as you say these words. Are you ready?
Yes.
Denise,
Denise,
from this day forward,
this day forward,
we are joined together. I told that guy after the ceremony was over, I got to speak to the captain when we leave here. Go ahead, David. Let's start from the top. What do you think? Denise, from this day forward, we are joined together as husband and wife, to love and to honor, to have and to hold, for richer, for poor, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, in sadness and in joy, to share together as long as we both shall live. All right, Denise, it's your turn. I'd like you to look right up into David's eyes as you say. You can get a little closer to him too if you like. There we go. Look right up in his eyes as you say these words. Got me all choked up here, David. You ready?
I'm ready.
David,
David,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
we are joined together
we are joined together
as husband and wife,
as husband and wife,
to love and to honor,
to love and to honor,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
for richer, for poor,
for richer, for poor,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
in sadness and in joy,
in sadness and in joy,
to share together
to share together
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Very good, Denise. Let me have these for a minute. You could have those. Let's take time out for a little hug. No kisses. Come on, just a hug. There we go. I thought I was going to get a hug, too. Thanks, David. I needed that. And what expression of your devotion do you offer your beloved?
She has them all.
Oh, okay. She was holding out on me, ladies and gentlemen. You can't have this ring. It's a prize. May these rings be blessed as the symbol of this affectionate unity. These 2 lives are now joined in one unbroken circle. And wherever they go, may they always return to one another in their togetherness. May these two find in each other the love for which all men and women yearn. And may they grow in understanding and in compassion. And may the home that they establish together be such a place of sanctuary that many will find their friend. And may these rings on their fingers symbolize the touch of the Spirit of love in the heart. David, if you'll take those rings, not all of them though. And as you put that ring on Denise's finger, I want you to look right in her eyes and repeat these words after me. Say, Denise, I give you this ring as a pledge of my love and as a symbol of our unity. Your turn, Denise. As you put that ring on David's finger, look right in his eyes and repeat these words after me. Hey, David, I give you this ring as the pledge of my love and as a symbol of our unity. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, David and Denise would like to do something very, very special. As a small way of showing their thanks for all the love and support that they've had from their families over the years, they would at this time like to present their mothers with an individual rose. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, behind me here, you see two vessels of different colored sand, and this larger vessel in the middle with this little top on it. And what's going to happen in just a few moments is David and Denise are going to pour those two different sands into this larger vessel, and hopefully it mixes up as they pour it in. The idea behind this is that they'll keep this in a very, very special place in their home. Later on, they'll seal this up with some wax, and they'll put this little lid back on, and they'll put it in a very special place in their home. If at any time David and Denise would have a disagreement, not that they ever would, but if there any time they did, they would bring out this vase, they would sit it on the table in front of them. They'd think about today, their wedding day, and their vows, and everything that took place today. And hopefully, any problems that they have will be instantly solved. So go ahead, pour your two sands into the vessel. Word, didn't you, David? Ladies and gentlemen, we read from The Art of Marriage that a good marriage must be created. In the art of marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you, at least once each day. I'm sorry helps once in a while too, David. It is never going to sleep angry. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is forming a circle of love that gathers in the whole family. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is finding room for the things of the Spirit. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner. Inasmuch as David and Denise have consented together in marriage before this company and before God, they have pledged their faith and declared their unity by each giving and receiving a ring, and are now joined in mutual esteem and devotion. I, as an ordained minister, and with the authority vested in me by the state of California, I do pronounce them husband and wife. David, this is the moment you've been waiting for. You may kiss your bride. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I talked to David some time back, and I said, David, if you don't do a real good job on that kiss, I'm going to make you do it over. And I was not impressed with that kiss, David. So please, do it over. Much better, much better. Ladies and gentlemen, one more big favor I need to ask of all of you. Now, David and Denise tell me that none of you are shy. And so in just a moment, I'm going to give these two a big introduction. I want you folks to make a tremendous amount of noise. I want you to make so much noise you drown out that plane flying over there. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor and a pleasure to present to you Mr. and Mrs. David Bowie.
Over here, guys. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is over, and it's time for that celebration to begin.
All right.
Thank you so much.